Yeah, look, we know what we are up against, and last time we played 1-1, and I think that the weather conditions there, if you would ask the both teams, I think that the weather that day was somehow a factor of not having a winner on a day. However, we are not making an excuse of the 1-1 draw. Still happy with the results that we got. The only thing that we know is that we are coming up against a team that is looking very good, is playing very well. It's got a lot of tacticians on their bench. They've got a lot of experienced players, and we're up against a very difficult team. However, we know this is a different one because it's the cup and it's the one game now, this one. There has to be a winner. So, of course, we'll have to play to win. And we are quite aware that for us to win, we'll have to make sure that we bring our A game in terms of concentration and the attitude and the spirit to make sure that we can try and give ourselves a chance to win the game. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Fatu. Good afternoon, Coach, and good afternoon to all my colleagues as well. Coach, I know you most likely like to focus on yourself, which is quite correct. But over the last two games, Coach, Mamelodi Sundowns, not to say they haven't had chances in the first half, but they've been dispatching teams mostly in the second half. They scored 5 goals in the second half of the past 2 games. Is that something that you're also planning in around to say we must be more careful with them in the second half? Thank you.
It will be suicidal for us to say we're going to wait and watch Sundowns in the second half. We are already from the first whistle. Sundowns can hit anyone, and I don't think that they plan to hit teams in the second half. It is just that they keep on probing. They'll keep on with their quality. They'll keep on changing. Even a lot of structure changes during their match, and that is why I said we have to make sure that we bring our A game in terms of concentration, making sure that we are structured and making sure that whenever we have a chance, we can use our chances. Just that maybe because of their quality, second half, teams may be lack of concentration here and there, or maybe tiredness here and there, and then the Sundowns happens to be winning the games in the second half. But I can tell you they remain dangerous from the first whistle.
Good day, everybody. Dumela and Tate Seema. Can I ask you, do you think Sundowns, I mean, they really look cut above everybody else. Do you think they are unbeatable this season?
Look, well, my language is Sotho. I think each and every team, when they are facing an opponent, they are expecting to win the match. And it's on the day how you apply yourselves and how the opponents apply themselves. And it will be suicidal for us to go to the match saying that no, we just go in there to honor the game. I don't think they are unbeatable. I think as long as they are competing with 11v11, Sundowns, they have their moments where they are defending. You see that, yeah, okay, maybe the opponent did not have a little bit of luck. And if luck is on your side on a day, you can convert chances. And once you convert chances, let's see how Sundowns will react. I think it's too early for me to say the Sundowns can be unbeatable. I think they're still going to get a lot of challenges, and teams will still try to compete against them. And yeah, I think 1 or 2 surprises might come, and maybe other teams, they can take a leaf from that book. But I don't think it's really clear that you can say, no, they are running out and then they can beat everyone. And I don't see them losing any game, because teams that played with Sundowns, some games they are very close, and you could see that is marginal. Of course, if you are not concentrated, they'll punish you. So imagine if you concentrated fully and then you use your chances. So I think it's still going to be battles with other teams. And at the moment, I can't say no. I think they are running away with it.
Good day, everybody. Coach, one may ask that you were a player before, and then there is anything that you as a coach think you are doing, which other coaches were not doing to you as a player, which has an impact on your morale. That's one. If that's so, what is it? And secondly, do you think that away goal has an impact psychologically on you as a technical team and the players? Thank you.
Thank you. One thing that I'm not doing is I'm trying to do more managing the players than doing a lot of coaching, and trying to understand that they are, first of all, they are human beings. And once I can be in the same level of treating them as human beings, then we get to a common ground where we can start now talking about tactics. It's not my way or highway. I'm trying to listen to them. I'm trying to engage them. And then we talk about it. Then they give me problems, and then I come up with solutions together with the technical team. Away goal always remains a factor. Mamelodi Sundowns, they know that if the game finishes 0-0, they're in the finals. And Mamelodi Sundowns knows that if they score one goal, they're in the finals. However, for us, it's not a pressure. It's something that we know. After the final whistle of the first leg, we knew already what was going to come in the second leg. It's not pressure. Football, I think, in every game where you are playing, there's always pressure. It's just for us to make sure that we know what to do for us to go to the next round, which is the final. If we cannot score goals, we know that we are not going to the finals. If we cannot win the match, we know that we are not going to the finals. If we score, we have a draw result with maybe more than 2 goals, we know that we stand a good chance. So it's 2 ways. Sundowns, I don't think they will stay and try to play for the draw. I think you will see a game that both teams, whenever they're given an opportunity, they will attack each other. However, with the quality of Sundowns, we'll have to make sure that we react, especially when off the ball, when we don't have the ball, because I'm still maintaining that this team of Golden Arrows, we have about 5 guys that started the Amazulu game that are playing the first, is their first season playing in the Premier League and playing in the semi-final second leg with Sundowns that is playing so well with a good technical team. One hopes that the event won't overwhelm them. We can be calm and try and gain the experience that we want. For us, is make sure that never the results that will come, we are going there, we want to go reach the final. But even if we don't go to the final, or we go to the final, we will have been gained an experience, and the same guys that are start playing for the first time, that will be sure that come the next game or the next 6-10 games, we'll say, no, you're a little bit experienced, you have tasted the feel of it. So for us, it's a process that we are in. We are trying to bring new guys into the mold of the team, and then to make sure that the older guys, they can come in, and then we try and make them gel together. We've got nothing to lose. Everybody knows that. I don't think that, except us and our supporters, everybody thinks that no, Sundowns is gonna win. That's what is nice, to come up as an underdog. It's always nice, because you can't say, as we do not say we are not under pressure. We are under pressure, but it's nice to have a tag of underdog, because you know that everybody is written you off, and you just need to go there and apply yourself very well, and then let's see what the results, the gods of football will say. Thank you.
Afternoon, coach. Afternoon, colleagues. Coach, I've been looking at your results. You haven't kept a clean sheet, if I'm not mistaken. Does that worry you? And what's the issue there? Because sometimes you concede late. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we are quite aware of the way we have been getting our draws the last 3 games. You can say, maybe even including the cup. I cannot sit here and say our defending is bad. I even told the players, for me, it's just to make sure that we keep on working, because for us to win matches, we'll have to defend for the entire game. At the moment, we seem to be struggling to do that, but it's not defending that is bad. It's more of a concentration and maybe individual errors here and there, and of which we are working on it, we are analyzing, and you can only try and work and show the guys and make sure that you supported them because you need them, and then the challenges will come. One thing that I'm looking forward to is the next match being the cup, being our league game, the game that we will play and we finish the game, being able to defend our lead. I will say experience gained, and it shows that we are going to step in the right direction. At the moment, really, I cannot say my team is defending bad, not at all. Just that the concentration, we are working in laps of concentration and making sure that we are making it difficult, especially in the box, because all the goals that where we considered where we had numbers around the ball or around the goal scorer, and sometimes it's individual errors that are happening. So defending wise, I cannot say I'm happy, but I can also not say I'm crucifying my players, because they are trying each and every day and we are working, and it's a phase that is there that we need to work on and try and make sure that we get one. It takes us one game to make sure that we finish it without conceding in the last minute of the game. And then we'll have gained experience, we'll have to continue with the mentality that we had on the day.
Thanks, Fatu. Coach Rob Delport from Idiski Times, hope you're well. Coach, just about the motivation of the players. What's the spirit like being in the camp? And then secondly, just about some of these young players. I don't want to single anybody out, but I've been very impressed by, Spinello Chele at left back in his first season in top flight. Is this a big moment for guys like him?
Is that not singling out a player? You said you don't want to single out any player.
But he's been playing a lot.
Look, I think the mood in the camp, one thing that we are trying to teach our players is to make sure that we play a match. Yes, we win the match, you celebrate that day, and then the following we go and sleep. The following day is the new book, is a new day, is a new chapter. Yesterday, of course, in the dressing room at the hotel, it was a little bit, the mood was still a bit down. Today we are from the region. We did a little bit of maintenance training, and with the spirit, you can see the mood is better. And there is no, in this game, the good thing is there is no motivation that you can put to these guys. They are already motivated. They know that for us to be in the final, we have to win the game against Sundowns, of which we know that everybody, except us, I'm still gonna repeat, except us and our supporters, they are believing that we can come up with a win. So it's for us to go make sure that while we are still preparing ourselves for the marathon of the league, let's go and try and apply ourselves in a good way, in a structured way, so that we can see how far we can go. Giving also the experience to the guys that are having their debut in the Premier League, and also some of them you might see that you have the new guys that might come and have their debut on a day. So everybody's motivated in the camp, and we have forgotten a little bit about the league now. The draw, we know this one now. It's for us to be in the final. We have to go and try and win the match with a lot of discipline, concentration in a structured way, so that we know that we're coming up against a very, very good opponent with a lot of good tacticians on their bench. Thank you.
Coach, just quickly, do you have any injuries in the camp? Any injury updates or long-term injuries that are going to miss this one?
At the moment, from the group that played yesterday, there's no serious injuries. Yeah, we have some few guys that are still trying to come back into the into their fitness medical team. They are in the last stage of their rehabs, and we'll see how we come up with a team that will give us a good game against Mamelodi Sundowns. The good thing is we have a good pool of players that we can select on. We manage to play, and then we can regroup, and then we can try and see how can we refresh the team. And I can tell you that we refresh the team with still inexperienced players, because as Golden Arrows will be leaving unknown players so that we can give them that experience and then for them to continue. At the moment, nothing of the much of this long-term injuries that I can talk about. But people, all the guys that were injured, they are in their last stages of their rehab, and we are happy to have them back and or closer to be in the match.
Coach, I would like to know that let's say you substitute a player. Do you normally explain to a player why you substitute him, or you start a player on the bench? Do you communicate with players?
It's two ways. Sometimes you don't have to communicate with him, because we did our training, we did our analysis. Players know what is expected of them. Sometimes you know that this player will give you certain minutes and they know already that they're going to come out. Most of the time I try not to explain it during the match, because I try and work on with the players. We try and outline and put the scenarios that are happening in the match, and everybody understands when he's substituted. It's more of a tactical, if you are not injured, and we know that is why you are being substituted. It either can be that it's not on your day, or you tactically maybe you are not getting what we agreed on, or you are getting a little bit tired, and then you go. Sundowns, definitely we will have to be at our best, because if you check their movement, you are like you check your Ukekano Krent now, and then Serinho, if he's in, Kutumelo is there, Shalulile is there, Zwane is there, Erasmus is there. So you need to make sure that we try and make sure that we say, guys, let's concentrate on ourselves, especially when we are defending. But other than that, after getting the ball, we make sure that there are certain things that we have to do after getting the ball. So we check, or we talk, or we speak about all those things, and we work on them, we agree on them. If they're happening in the game, it's well good, it's giving us an advantage. If they are not happening, whenever you're substituted, you know why. You'll never see our player asking, oh, now, why am I being substituted? Because it's things that we have spoken about.